100.
सर्वव्याकृतिकरणं लिङ्गमिदं स्याच्चिदात्मनः पुंसः वास्यादिकम् इव तक्ष्णस्तेनैवात्मा भवत्यसङ्गोऽयम्
Sukshma Sharira, subtle body, is an instrument, a tool at the disposal of Atma, just as carpenter wields different types of instruments. Likewise, this is an instrument means distinct from Atma. Sukshma Sharira is distinct from Atma, and therefore Atma is asangaha, totally unconnected to all that happens both in the gross body and also in the subtle body. Now, Atma is said to be unconnected, unattached, asanga. The question comes, how do we experience ourselves to be, for example, a person who cannot see? I am blind, I am deaf, I am dumb, I am lame, I am happy, I am sorrowful, I am honored, I am dishonored. How does one feel this? All this belong to who? I, means to Atma only. And you say Atma is asanga. No, all these belong to the corresponding upadhis. So, if blindness is there, blindness belongs to eyes and not to Atma. Deafness is there, it belongs to the ear and not to Atma. See, mana, avamana, belongs to whom? Suppose you went to someone's house and on your face the fellow banged the door. Honor or dishonor? Dishonor. Means, otherwise, आइए बैठिए, not even आइए, आइएगा, बैठिएगा. There is also differences there. आइए, आइएगा, still more honor. आइएगा, बैठिएगा, कीजिएगा. So like that, for whom it is shown? Body, it is shown to the body. But experience at the level of the mind, it is not to Atma. Cannot be Atma. So therefore, these all features belong to the corresponding upadhis and not to Atma. That is now going to be explained.
अन्धत्व मंदत्व पटुत्व धर्माः सौगुण्य वैगुण्य वशाधि चक्षुषः बाधिर्यमूकत्व मुखास्तथैव श्रोत्रादिधर्मान् तु वेत्तुरात्मनः अन्धत्व मंदत्व पटुत्व धर्माः सौगुण्य वैगुण्य वशाधि चक्षुषः बाधिर्यमूकत्व मुखास्तथैव श्रोत्रादिधर्मान् तु वेत्तुरात्मनः अन्वय चक्षुषः हि सौगुण्य वैगुण्य वशात् अंधत्व मंदत्व पटुत्व धर्माः ऐड भवन्ति तथा एव मूकत्व मुखाः श्रोत्रादिधर्माः एड् भवन्ति तु वेत्तुः आत्मनः न एड् भवन्ति. Again, चक्षुषः हि सौगुण्य वैगुण्य वशात् अंधत्व मंदत्व पटुत्व धर्माः एड् भवन्ति तथा एव बाधिर्य मूकत्व मुखाः श्रोत्रादि धर्माः एड् भवन्ति तु वेत्तुः आत्मनः न एड् भवन्ति.
चक्षुषः हि सौगुण्य वैगुण्य वशा. About the blindness or dullness of vision or sharp vision belong to who? Eyes. How? On account of what? It says chakshushaha, of the eyes. Saugunya. Saugunya is perfection, excellence, being in good condition. Saugunya, perfection, excellence. Vaigunya, imperfection, some defect. Because of perfection and imperfection, excellence or defects of the eyes, what happened? These features are seen. These characteristics are seen. What are those? Andhatva, blindness, mandatva, dull vision, patutva, sharpness of the eye. Like vulture, vultures, they can see from such a distance, even thing on the ground as such. Sharpness means eye is in very good condition. So that is that. All these, because of the condition of the eyes, they don't belong to Atma. Likewise, tatha eva, in the same manner, badhirya mukatva, badhirya, deafness, mukatva, dumbness, mukhaha means beginning from, like this, beginning from deafness and the dumbness, etc. Shrotradi dharmaha bhavanti. They are the characteristic of Shrotra adi, ear. Deafness belongs to ear. Dumbness belongs to organ of speech. The Shrotra adi dharmaha bhavanti. Vetuhu atmanaha natu bhavanti. Tu, in contrast to this, Vetuhu atmanaha, the Atma who knows the deafness, blindness, etc., they don't belong to him, because see, a principle is knower is distinct from the known. Illuminator is distinct from the illumined. For example, the sun illumines the world. Sun is totally distinct from the good and bad in the world. It illumines, makes you see, but totally unaffected. Likewise, here, Atma, the very knowledge principle, makes us aware of all these conditions of the Indriyas, including the mind, but itself is different from that. So therefore, they do not belong to Atma at all. Now this is how Atma is Asanga. Further, the different physiological functions belong to pranas and not to Atma. What are the functions of the pranas? They are enumerated now.
Ushvasa nishvasa vidrumbhanakshut
Praspandanadyutkramana. Spandana is there, no? Okay, that prasyandana or praspandana. Okay. Continue.
Praspandanadyutkramana dika kriya. व्युत्क्रमणादिका क्रियाः प्राणादिकर्माणि वदन्ति तज्ञाः प्राणस्य धर्मावशनापिपासे अन्वय उच्छ्वास निश्वास विजृंभण क्षुत
प्रस्यंदन और प्रस्पंदन ऑल्टरनेट रीडिंग्स आर देयर.
प्रस्यंदन और प्रस्पंदनाद्युत्क्रमणादिकाः क्रियाः प्राणादिकर्माणि अशनापिपासे प्राणस्य धर्मौ एड् इति तज्ञाः वदन्ति. अगेन उच्छ्वास निश्वास विजृंभण क्षुत प्रस्पंदनाद्युत्क्रमणादिकाः
प्रस्पंदनादि उत्क्रमणादिकाः
प्रस्पंदनादि उत्क्रमणादिकाः क्रियाः प्राणादिकर्माणि अशनापिपासे प्राणस्य धर्मौ एड् इति तज्ञाः वदन्ति.
तज्ञाः वदन्ति, those who are experts about the functioning of the pranas, they say all these functions belong to prana. How many pranas are there? Pancha prana. Prana, apana, vyana, udana, samana. But there are others who add five additional sub-pranas, secondary pranas. We will see afterward. So now you say, these all functions, uchvasa, nishvasa, breathing, inhalation, exhalation, vijrumbhana, yawning, kshut, sneezing, praspandana or prasyandana, circulation, function of vyana, praspandanadi, that is circulation, etc. means circulation, adi is there, excretion, digestion, so like this, adi. Utkramanadikaha, utkramanadikaha, see that is getting up. You know, you are sitting on those who are squatting. How do you get up? If you are old, you take the help of the ground. If you are young, like a spring, you can get up or not. So that is the function of udana, or also vamana, vomiting. Again, uplifting in the sense at the time of death, ejecting the subtle body from the gross body out. Last time you have seen, death is separation of subtle body from the gross body. That job is done by who? Udana. So that is utkramana. That is utkramanadikaha kriyaha. Again, pranadikarmani. Prana, apana, vyana, udana, samana, all these, you see, these are the kriyaha, pranadi karmani, these are the functions of the prana, etc. You can add there, evam, in the same manner, ashana pipase, ashana, hunger, pipasa, thirst, dual has become ashana pipase, hunger and thirst, ashana pipase, iti pranasya dharmau iti. These are the functions of prana. Iti, who says tadnyaha vadanti. The experts in this field say so. Now we know main prana is pancha prana, prana, apana, vyana, udana, samana. Prana corresponds to respiration, apana for excretion, udana for ejection, samana for digestion, Vyana for circulation. Kapila adds 5 more to this sub-pranas, secondary pranas. Vedanta includes the functions of the secondary pranas in the main 5 pranas only, whereas that Kapila Muni, he separates them as such. How? He says, Nagaha Udgirana Karaha. Naga is a secondary prana. Udgirana Karaha, the one who does the function of vomiting. We club in where? Udana. But they say it is the function of the Naga. Nagaha Udgirana Karaha, the one who vomits. Kurmaha Unmilana Karaha. Kurma is another secondary prana. Unmilana Karaha, the opening of the eyes. Opening of the eyes. Opening of the eyes. When you wake up from the sleep, great effort has to be put forth to open the eyes if the sleep is still not over as such. So that is the whose job? Kurma's job. Krikalaha Kshutkaraha. Krikala, a third secondary prana. Kshutkaraha. Kshutkaraha means one who sneezes, sneezing. Not hunger, huh? Here it is sneezing. Krikalaha Kshutkaraha. Devadattaha Jrumbhanakaraha. Devadatta is Jrumbhanakara means yawning. Devadatta secondary prana is what? Jrumbhanakaraha. The one who, that is, takes to the function of yawning. Dhananjayaha Poshanakaraha. There is one peculiar prana called Dhananjaya. He sustains the body, and one thing, feature about him, even the person dies, Dhananjaya doesn't leave. Dhananjaya doesn't leave the body for a long time. See, that is the, it says, Dhananjaya Poshanakara, that is nourisher. Na jahati mrutam chapi sarvavyapi Dhananjaya. Very Dhananjaya, sarvavyapi, he is all over the body. Na jahati mrutam chapi. Even if the person is dead, this fellow is the last one to go. Do you know what? Because, see, it is that if a dead body is not cremated, anything, say, beard, etc., grows little. Again, this, what is that? Swelling. Silently, who does this job? Dhananjaya does that. Of course, finally he goes. He's not there for permanently. Finally he goes, but it takes a long time for Dhananjaya to go as such. So Dhananjayaha Poshanakara. These are the 5 secondary pranas. So that they take it as 5 main and 5 secondary, totally 10. Vedanta takes only the main 5 and includes the function of these in these main pranas only. I hope you know the context of this explanation or this elaboration. What is it? Atma, Anatma, Viveka. For which purpose? What is Atma is going to be explained. Sukh Sharira over, Pranas over. Now, the Ahankara. Ahankara is what? The notion of I-ness in the body. Taking the embodiment, Deha, Mana, Buddhi as I. So that is what is Ahankara. So what exactly is that Ahankara? Let us see. It is described from verses 103 to 105. 103 to 105 describes Ahankara.
अंतःकरणमेतेषु चक्षुरादिषु वर्षणि अहमित्यभिमानेन तिष्ठत्याभासतेजसा अन्तःकरणमेतेषु चक्षुरादिषु वर्ष्मणि अहमित्यभिमानेन तिष्ठत्याभासतेजसा अन्वय एतेषु वर्ष्मणि
एतेषु चक्षुरादिषु वर्ष्मणि. Take that.
एतेषु चक्षुरादिषु वर्ष्मणि अंतःकरणम् आभासतेजसा अहम् इति अभिमानेन तिष्ठति. Again, एतेषु चक्षुरादिषु वर्ष्मणि अंतःकरणम् आभासतेजसा अहम् इति अभिमानेन तिष्ठति.
एतेषु चक्षुरादिषु वर्ष्मणि. You can add cha. After varshmani, add cha. In these means what? Chakshuradishu, in indriyas, etc. And also varshmani. Varshman is gross body. Sthula deha. The sthula deha, the gross body is called as varshman. So, in the indriyas, in the gross body, what does this antakarna do? Antakarna remains with a notion of identification with this. Antakaranam, the psyche, antakaranam, what does it do? Ahamiti abhimanena tishtati. It remains there with the abhimana, identification that these is what? I am this. The question means the indriyas and the first another thing, antakarana. Antakarana means, karana means instrument. Anta means inner. Inner instrument in contrast to bahya karana. What are the bahya karanas? The gross gadgets of jnanendriya and karmendriya. Their sense centers may be there in the suksharira, but externally what are they are called bahya karana. In contrast with antakarana is inner instrument without which bahya karanas cannot function. Antakarana consists of 4 faculties. Mana, the mind, that is sankalpa vikalpatmaka. Buddhi, the decisive faculty, that is intellect. Ahankara, now what we are seeing, the I notion, the notion of I-ness in the indriyas, body, etc. Then chittam, faculty of recollection, memory. Antakarana consists of mana, buddhi, ahankara and chittam. All in fact are nothing but thoughts. So don't mistake, antakarana means some organs are there inside. These are not like external organs, these are not the organs. These are the functions of thoughts, antakarana vritti. That is why, what is that? Mind. Do you know what is mind or antakarana? It is not an organ. It is a function. It is a constant and consistent flow of thoughts. If you want to accomplish no mind, if at all, in sleep you do that. What you should have done? Just today I read somewhere, a newly wedded couple Wife wanted to cook the things of liking of the husband. So one day the husband phoned from the office, today make bhaji of cabbage. Okay. But this lady, a convent girl, over pampered by the mother, doesn't know how to cook properly. Anyway, she prepared something. The husband came and asked, see, you have not made cabbage vegetable? No, I had brought the cabbage, but I didn't know what to do because I went on peeling the leaves. There was nothing called cabbage there. Husband kept his hand on the head. Afterwards, what he did, I don't know. So she went on removing the leaves of the cabbage. There is nothing called cabbage there. So like that, see, the mind, you remove the thoughts, afterwards you need not do anything to get rid of the mind as such. So that being the case, that is fine. So that being the case, it is means antakarana is nothing but thoughts, but thoughts having different functions are called mana. The thought in a vacillating condition, indecisive form is called mind. Decisive way it is called buddhi. Notion of I-ness called as ahankara. Recollecting thought called chittam. That's all. But all are basically thoughts and thoughts only. Otherwise we will think, oh, there is something called mind organ, etc. We are familiar with the organs. Not like that. This is modern psychology has not yet discovered. They give different people give different definitions of this thing, and so if you ask what is sum and substance of that, the teacher will say never mind. Okay, don't never mind what the mind is, and they go on spinning the yarn of so many things as such. So therefore, एतेषु चक्षुरादिषु वर्ष्मणि च अंतःकरणम् अहमिति अभिमानेन तिष्ठति, remains with the abhimana, identity, identification as I. You see. Now the question comes, if this antakarana has the notion of I-ness in the body, indriya, etc., does it know? Yes or no? Does it know that I am this or not? Yes, it knows. The question comes, how can it know? Because antakarana is vritti. Ahankara is a specific vritti. Antakarana vrittis are made up of what? Thoughts are made up, antakarana vritti means thoughts. Thoughts are made up of what? You know what is they are made up of? Whatever you eat, the fine portion, most subtle aspect of that goes into the constitution of the thoughts. Shivratri Upavasa, do you know why it is recommended? Shivratri Upavasa. Because that day, every year, that Chaturdashi night, midnight, etc., the facet of the moon, generally one facet is there, Kala is there on the Amavasya. That particular day, even that Kala gets totally reduced. Moon has got a bearing on the mind, and therefore effect of moon is so less It is ideal condition for contemplation, meditating on the Lord. But if the stomach is full, what happens? They generate the thoughts. So therefore, that is just bare minimum thing, that is what is kept as well. And that is why Shivaratri vigil is kept. You have to keep awake in the night. At least they say up to midnight. Afterwards, if you can't do, that's okay. At least up to midnight you have to keep because of this. But nowadays, everything good, they make a farce of it. You know, in South, etc., whole night they keep away. How do you know? Seeing the movies, etc. This is the farce of what the real spiritual practice is as something. Or playing the cards. This is not it. So you have to keep the mind engaged in at least bhajana, namasmarana. So all these things, that is what, thinking of that. So that is how it is. Means the most subtle aspect of what we eat goes into the concentration of the thoughts. That is antakarana vritti. Now, food is inert or sachetana. Inert. Thought also must be inert. And how come an inert thought? No. Abhasa tejasa. Answer is given. Abhasa tejasa. Because of the chidabhasa, reflected chaitanya in the antakarana vritti. See, antakarana is no doubt is the product of the most subtle aspect of the food. It constitutes pancha mahabhutas in their apanchikrita form, in their tanmatra form, the nascent form. And this pancha mahabhuta, space, air, fire, water, earth, in their original form before grossification, are so subtle that they can reflect the chaitanya. Just as the mirror can reflect the light. So they say, and that reflected chaitanya is called as chidabhasa, here called as abhasa tejas. Abhasa. So abhasa tejas means by the reflected chaitanya, reflected awareness, consciousness, so that I am this notion makes us aware that the indriyas, pranas, body, etc. is I. So therefore, this is what ahankara is pointing out.
Ahankarasya vidneyaha karta bhokta vimanyayam sattva guna yogena chavasthatrayam ashnute ahankarasya vidneyaha karta bhokta vimanyayam sattva guna yogena chavasthatrayam ashnute. Anvaya. Add yaha karta bhokta imani saha ahankaraha add iti vidneyaha ayam cha sattvadiguna yogena avastha trayam ashnute. Again, add yaha कर्ता भोक्ताभिमानी सः अहंकारः इति विज्ञेयः अयं च सत्त्वादिगुणयोगेन अवस्थात्रयम् अश्नुते.
Yaha, the one who is like this. Karta, Bhokta, Abhimani, Saha, Ahankaraha iti Vidneya. Abhimani, one who identifies, one who entertains such notion. What notion? Karta, doer. Bhokta, experiencer, either enjoyer or sufferer. Yaha karta iti abhimani, the one who has got such a notion. Say, saha ahankaraha iti vidneyaha. He is called as, he should be understood as what? Ahankaraha. See, I am the doer. When an action is done, I am the doer. At what level it is? Action is done at the body level. But I am the doer is a thought. I am a doer is a thought. That means that thought takes the body as I. When you lie down to sleep, I lie down, you say, referring to the body. When you are actually asleep, do you say, I am asleep? Or I am lying down? What happened? That ahankara thought is not there. Why not there? Antakarana itself is gayab. Antakarana itself has disappeared. Thoughts have gone. I am the body, this notion is not there. Now say, waking, it is there. Dream, with the subtle body, I-ness with the subtle body, means it is job of who? Ahankara. Ahankara is a thought. In sleep, no thought, no ahankara, and no identity in the body. Experience about the body also are not there. Suppose you are very hungry, but you are fast asleep. Do you feel the hunger? No, not there. So again, a person, let us say, had some injury and unbearable pain was there, and he took some sedative and slept. Pain is felt. Not that wound is not yet cured. It is yet to be healed as such. Not there. Why? That thought is not there. Likewise, ahankara is a thought, a specific thought which takes the body, indriyas, etc. as I, illumined by Chidabhasa. I am the doer, I am the experiencer. So, the one who identifies, that is what ahankaraha vidneyaha. And that is the one, the notional I, who undergoes the three states of experiences: waking, dream, and deep sleep state. Okay. Ayam means this ahankara, ayam cha, sattvadi guna yogena means sambandhena, by connection to sattva adi guna. Sattva guna, rajo guna, tamo guna. Sattva guna. Avasthatrayam ashnute, experiences. Avasthatraya, waking, dream, and deep sleep state. Waking is on account of sattva guna. Dream is sattva guna. No, waking is on account of this rajoguna, excess of rajoguna. So the dream is on account of predominance of sattva guna, whereas sleep is on account of predominance of tamo guna. In fact, every individual is a mixture of three gunas. Don't think that some sattva guna is there, other two are not there, rajoguna is there, other two are not there. All three are there, but they are in a varying degrees. So in the waking, Rajoguna is more prominent. In the dream, Sattva-guna is more prominent. In sleep, Tamoguna is more prominent. So avasthatrayam ashtute. Again, kartrutva, bhoktrutva, doership or status of experiencer. Again, sukha, dukkha, all these belong to ahankara and not to atma is going to be told now.
विषयाणामानुकूल्ये सुखी दुःखी विपर्यये सुखं दुःखं च तद्धर्मः सदानन्दस्य नात्मनः विषयाणामानुकूल्ये सुखी दुःखी विपर्यये सुखं दुःखं च तद्धर्मः सदानन्दस्य नात्मनः अन्वय विषयाणाम् आनुकूल्ये सुखी विपर्यये दुःखी सुखं दुःखं च तद्धर्मः सदानन्दस्य आत्मनः न. Again, विषयाणाम् आनुकूल्ये सुखी विपर्यये दुःखी सुखं दुःखं च तद्धर्मः सदानन्दस्य आत्मनः न.
All these statuses, I am happy, I am sorrowful, etc., belong to ahankara only, you see. When it happens, Vishayanam anukulye sukhi. When sense objects are favorable, conducive, favorable to us, according to our liking. Sukhi, I am happy. Viparyaye, on the contrary, contrary means pratikula. If Vishayas are pratikula, they are hostile, then what happens? What? Dukhi. If sense, what are sense objects? Shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha. If they are to our liking, they are favorable to us in the sense, if they are capable of giving us joy, then what? I am happy. If on the contrary they give sorrow, I am dukhi. Viparaya means on the contrary pratikula. Now, sukha and dukkha belongs to whom now? It says, sukham dukkham cha taddharmaha. Taddharmaha means ahankara dharmaha. It is the characteristic of ahankara. It says, sadanandasya atmanaha na. It is not the characteristic of Atma who is Sadanandaha. You know, Sadananda names are there. What is the Sadananda? Sada Ananda. Presently we are Kadachit Kananda. At times happy. By the time you could say that I am happy, ayo, sorrow came there. Sorrow came there. Even if Bhagavan comes and tells, come on, oh Bhakta, I am very much pleased with you. What all you want, you give me. And this fellow made a long list. And Bhagavan simply said, Tathastu. By the time he said Tathastu, this fellow screamed, Ayo! Because his leg got sprained. He had not put in the list there. So there is a limitation of what it can be. So that being the case, no. See, that is, this belong to whom? Ahankara, one who is identified with the body. Natu sadanandasya atmana. Atma which is sada ananda swarupa. How Atma Ananda Swarupa will be seen afterwards. And Sada Ananda means never it can be Dukhi. Atma can never be Dukhi. But the one who becomes Sukhi Dukhi is the one who is identified with the embodiment because of this thought of taking the body, etc. as I. Now it was told, Atma is Sadananda. How is it? What is the purpose of Vedanta? To know what? Atma. Atma means what? The true I. Do you know what is the Swarupa of Atma? Sada Ananda. Note now, it means Sada Ananda. But at times little sorrow. No trace of sorrow. Presently, Sada Ananda. Always sorrows. And by accident some joy may come, is it not? Generally you see, look here. Actually our Swarupa is Ananda. That is why if someone is happy, you don't ask, what has happened to you nowadays? you seem to be very happy. You will lose your teeth. Okay? If you ask like that, you will lose your teeth. Suppose somebody is sorrowful. What happened to you? Why are you so sad, etc.? He also feels comforted, is not? Then what does it mean? Ananda is natural, sorrow is external. That's why you say we inquire. If somebody is sorrowful, what is wrong? Why? You are supposed to be always Ananda. Why? Swarupa is Ananda. But not knowing the Swarupa, we mistake the embodiment as I, Deha, Mana, Buddhi, etc. I, and these have nothing but sorrow. Those we take as our Swarupa. A bird sitting on a branch, tip of a branch. With the wind, the branch shakes. Bird also goes up and down, up and down. But the movement really do not belong to whom? Bird, it belongs to the branch, but it appears as though it is all that the bird has to do is quit the branch. Likewise, we have held so fast the embodiment, all ups and downs of the embodiment appear as though belonging to us, the Atma. Get rid, and how it has happened? What is this holding? Ahankara. I know, sir. Get rid of Ahankara. Let the body be there. Sukha Dukkhas cannot afflict the Sadananda Swarupa Atma. The question is, how do you say that Atma is Sadananda Swarupa? For that, first, what is established is whatever that is called I is the most dear to one and all. See now, finally what is going to be established? How Atma is Sadananda, always Ananda Swarupa. But we have to proceed now step by step. One thing, do you know Atma is Sadananda? If you know Atma is Sadananda, you won't attend Vivek Chudamani class. Okay? You will not come to Vedanta at all. So that is not why. Do you take any vehicle after reaching the destination? Job is over. This is to discover directly that I am Ananda Swarupa. So that is that. So that is it. Now, one thing we know. If you don't know, better discover it. Do you know what is that? I, whatever it may be, is something which is most dear. It is something which is most dear. Dearest. This we will see. When this is discovered, I must necessarily be Ananda Swarupa, can be known clearly. Let us see. Stanzas 106 and 107 points out that oneself, whatever that is I, is most dear.
आत्मार्थत्वेन हि प्रेयान् विषयो न स्वतः प्रियः स्वत एव हि सर्वेषाम् आत्मा प्रियतमो यतः तत आत्मा सदानन्दः नास्य दुःखं कदाचन आत्मार्थत्वेन हि प्रेयान् विषयो न स्वतः प्रियः स्वत एव हि सर्वेषाम् आत्मा प्रियतमो यतः तत आत्मा सदानन्दः नास्य दुःखं कदाचन अन्वय विषयः आत्मार्थत्वेन हि प्रेयान् स्वतः प्रियः न यतः सर्वेषां हि आत्मा स्वतः एव प्रियतमः
ततः
ततः आत्मा सदानन्दः अस्य कदाचन दुःखं न अगेन विषयः आत्मार्थत्वेन हि प्रेयान् स्वतः प्रियः न यतः सर्वेषां हि आत्मा स्वतः एव प्रियतमः ततः आत्मा सदानन्दः अस्य कदाचन दुःखं न
Vishayah. Vishaya means sense object. What is sense object? What are sense objects? Whatever you see, hear, taste, touch, smell. Whatever that we experience in terms of shabda, sound, sparsha, touch, rupa, form, rasa, taste, gandha, smell. Shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha. These are the 5 sense objects, the 5 vishayas. So all these vishayas which are experienced by us, this vishaya sense object, atmarthatvana hi, atmarthatvena hi priyaha. Is priya, a sense object is dear. Do you know for whose sake? Atmarthatvena, for the sake of oneself. In the sense, if it gives sukha, it is priya. If that vishaya gives dukkha nivritti, it is priya. A given sense object, it gives us joy, then it is dear. If it removes the sorrow, then it is dear, is it not? So that means the sense object is dear for because of what? Either it gives joy or it removes the sorrow. Not for the sake of very sense object. If an object, sense object were dear for its very sake, do you know what would happen? Always it will be dear. But now you find in the world an object which is dear now, next moment it can be, need not be dear. An object which is hostile can be dear after. So what is the determining factor? Giving the joy, removal of the sorrow. So that means for whose sake? My sake. And that being the case, so Vishayaha, a given sense object, Atmarthatvena, for the sake, for the Sukha Prapti and Dukkha Nivritti of the individual, Preyan, it becomes dear. Swataha na priyaha. Swataha on its own, it is not dear. If it is dear on its own, do you know what will happen? All the time it should be dear, whether it gives joy or sorrow, whether it is capable of removing the sorrow or not, capable of giving joy or not, it should be so. Is it that way? He means prasiddhi. We can find out from our own life. A given thing which is dear, next moment it can be. Children are dear. You find out. Depends afterwards. And suppose somebody was not, this thing was enemy, but he changed and he became a fast friend, etc. So that being the case, so that is the, it depends. So therefore, what is the criterion for a thing to be dear or not? Not the Vishaya. Whether it gives me joy, whether it removes my sorrow. So that means, who is more important? Me. See, that's, I will give you homework, okay? At home, you find out. Don't tell others at home, okay? You might have told, oh, you are so dear to me, etc. They will start misunderstanding you after. वेदांत को जाता है और क्या 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 दिमाग में भर के आता है, they will say, etc. Don't tell others, but you try to find out. So who is the most dear? We'll see in Brihadaranyaka, Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. Everything becomes dear for the sake of oneself. Highest truth, sooner you discover, it will do a lot of good to you. That gives a clue. We'll see how that Atma itself is Paramananda Swarupa. We'll see. Oh.